probably read the title of this video and you're probably ready to immediately shred my opinion to pieces. But hear me out. Together, we're going to do a much needed experiment for the sake of this video, alright? Together, we're all going to throw away every single thing we know about Selina Kyle and her lore. On top of that, together, we're going to collectively turn our brains off. Now that we've done this, I'm gonna say it. Catwoman is so bad that it's good. Do you want to know what made me come to this realization? Screw it. I'm just gonna let this scene do all of the talking for me. I don't know how you can watch a CGI cat bring a woman back to life and be like, you know what? I'm gonna take this movie seriously. I genuinely don't. I've never seen Catwoman. I've only ever heard god-awful things about this movie. So when I finally sat down to watch this movie, I was ready to be annoyed the entire time. And boy, I was wrong. I had an absolute blast watching Catwoman for all of the wrong reasons. This movie, in the most unintentional ways possible, is absolutely hilarious. I can't count how many times I laughed at this movie because one of their creative ideas falls absolutely flat and is terrible for all of the right reasons. For reference, I'm talking about the same movie that had a 3-minute and 29-second long intro of nothing but Egyptian music playing as it showed hieroglyphics. This shit is absolutely hilarious. Like, how can you watch these opening credits for this movie and not burst into laughter? It's fucking amazing. This is the perfect example of a movie that is so bad that it's good. You know what? Let's roll the credits back one more time so I can actually attempt to discuss Catwoman in a somewhat serious manner. Bro, I can't. This movie and this video is gonna be the end of me. Oh my god, this movie is so bad, but it's so good. Where do I even begin with Catwoman? Selina Kyle? Don't know her. We only know Patience Phillips. Gotham City? What's that? Catwoman takes place in the middle of some random unnamed city that was probably made via CGI. Batman, Alfred, Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy. Who? We only know, hold on, let me check my script again. Laurel Hudair? Man, I don't know how to say her name. Robbing banks and stealing jewelry? Nope, Patience Phillips only returns jewelry when she takes down robbers. If you're lucky, she might even leave you a little gift bag with the stolen jewelry in it. As you can tell, Catwoman does not give a single fuck about your feelings. This movie doesn't care if you're a Marvel or DC fan that wanted to enjoy a movie about Selina Kyle. Catwoman exists, and guess what? It's Catwoman's world and we're just living in it. This movie goes against every single thing you might expect from a movie titled Catwoman and throws it out the damn window. Why? I have absolutely no idea. Even if I were to look this up on Google, I'd like to think that having this as a mystery in your head is a lot more entertaining than having the logical reason behind that thought process. That's the funniest part about this movie. You can tell that it was made by someone who knows absolutely nothing about Catwoman, DC Comics, Batman adjacent lore, or anything having to do with Catwoman in general. So why the hell would I care about their creative thought process behind this movie? Even the logic behind the entirety of this movie's story is hilarious. To break it down, Patience Phillips is a no-name person. She's a quirky nobody that seemingly has only one friend and one terrible outfit that she wears for a majority of this movie. One night, Patience stumbles upon our villains of the movie, Laurel and George, discussing that they may need to shut down their skincare line due to terrible side effects. You might be wondering, what's the name of this skincare line? It should sound intentionally villainous. You know, maybe there's an intentional pun behind the name. Beuline. That's the name of the skincare, everybody. Beuline. As in beauty skincare line for short. You literally can't make this shit up. When they realized that Patience stumbled upon them talking about this, they chase her out of the building and they straight up murder Patience in the funniest way possible. I just want to say I am trying so hard to take this video seriously. I am trying my best and I am trying so hard to not burst into laughter as I break this down for everyone. But this movie is outstanding to me. How can you look at this and not laugh? Anyways, this leads us to the CGI cat reviving Patience, but hold on, Patience is no more. Patience is still dead. This leads us to the birth of Catwoman. The whole premise of this movie is that Catwoman is not a single person. Catwoman is a soul or an entity passed down to people by a psychic CGI Malcat named Midnight. This is why Catwoman hates water, why Catwoman even begins to eat cat food and loves catnip. This is also why she becomes ridiculously agile as well. It's because she was revived by a psychic cat who turned her into a cat woman. Now that I've said this out loud, I have to ask, am I the only one that thinks this is absurd? Am I the only one that thinks this is beyond dumb? I can't tell if I hate this movie or if I love this movie. Lord help me. Now, you may be wondering, what about the villains and their terribly named skincare line? Well, boy, do I have a fantastic explanation for you. The villain of this movie created a skincare line that purposely damages people's skin if they don't use it long term. Why? Well, because, and I promise once again that I'm not lying here, it's because Laurel envies young models that are taking up the main billboards for her skincare company. She's been relegated to the smaller billboards and this pissed her off, so she figured out that the only way to get back at these young models was by purposely destroying her company's product, not discussing it with others, and trying to make some change or a deal to put herself on bigger billboards. She decided to take it among herself to destroy the product so these young models couldn't have a job, as if they're the only skincare company in the universe. Now you might be wondering, well, how old is this woman? Depending on this age, this could be a logical storyline for a villain. Guys, Laurel is 40 years old. She is only 40 years old. If we're all being honest here, she isn't even that old. If you're gonna give us a villain that has such a simple yet stupid motive, you could at least make the villain more viable. Just because you style the villain to possibly look old doesn't mean that she looks old. Laurel just looks ridiculous, and when she revealed that she was 40, I couldn't stop laughing because her motive feels even more ridiculous than it already was. While our villain is being incredibly insecure and is doing villainy things, Catwoman is, hold on, let me check my notes again, telling the world's worst neighbors to turn their music down and going on dates with a cop who saved her life? There isn't a cliche early 2000s training montage with cool music or something to show us that she's gaining some training experience that'll be needed to save the day. Just to point out, the movie introduces this cop at the beginning of the movie, and it was obvious that he was going to become her love interest, but I didn't know his name at all. Every single time he'd appear on the screen, the first thing that would always come to my mind was, what the hell was this dude's name again? And then during this dating scene, it was finally revealed to me. His name was Tom. And Tom, by every single metric possible, sucks at basketball. Will Chamberlain, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James? As far as I'm concerned, Catwoman is the basketball GOAT. Even though Tom may seem useless, this relationship ends up playing a key role at the end of the movie. Long story short, Catwoman decides to confront George because she thinks that he was the person that killed her. In the least shocking way possible, it's revealed that he was a good guy and his wife kills him to frame Catwoman and get her arrested. Her plan succeeds, except Catwoman ends up escaping from jail thanks to motivation from our Lord and Savior, Midnight the CGI Cat. Catwoman rushes to confront Laurel, which leads to one of the funniest deaths I've ever seen in a superhero movie. I know, I've said this multiple times already, but I will reiterate, you can't make this shit up. Do you see why I unironically enjoy this movie? Anyway, Tom the cop confronts Catwoman one last time and lets her run free because of his love for her, and since he thinks that she's a good person that didn't kill Laurel's husband. The moral of this video is that Catwoman is fucking hilarious. I can't emphasize how much fun this movie is. The pacing is incredibly fast, the one-liners are so bad that they're good, watching Halle Berry act like a cat person is hilarious, and this movie doesn't care about anybody's feelings. It is so willing to stand by the nonsense that it achieves that it gives us this as the final shot of the movie. I entirely understand that this movie is hated by pretty much every single person on the internet, but honestly, how can you hate this? This is the best type of movie to watch. It has everything. Terrible CGI, ridiculous backstories, a CGI Egyptian cat, an unintentionally hilarious protagonist, scenes that are so bad that they're good, and nothing in this movie makes any sense. Yes, with a logical lens, Catwoman sucks and it did a massive disservice to Selina Kyle's characterization, but this movie opened up with Egyptian music and hieroglyphics. How can you take this movie seriously at all? I'm not even trying to have a contrarian opinion. I fully admit that if I sat down to watch this movie with the mindset of I'm going to legitimately point out every flaw with a serious perspective, I'd probably hate this movie. But I'm sorry, I can't. Writing this script and trying to make this video even somewhat serious was hard enough because nearly every single scene in this movie is fucking hilarious. I can't emphasize how much of a good time I had watching this movie, and trust me, I fully understand that I had a good time for all of the wrong reasons. I know typically my videos are way more serious and have way more nuanced discussions or topics regarding movies, but again, I'm sorry, I'm giving Catwoman a pass. Catwoman is so bad that it's good, and it's an absolute marvel that someone even made this ridiculous movie. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. If you really enjoyed this video, hit that sub button. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, write a comment down below. Don't forget to keep it real with peace, love, and positivity.